morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today we have got almost the last Obsidian Flame products we need to have a little bit of a chat about, and a whole new line of Charizard stuff. But given that Obsidian Flames is, as we've seen over the past few days, the Charizard set, seems like this is a kind of lovely Charizard thing we can all chuck into one lovely video. So starting off then, Obsidian Flames products. Now, in terms of one-pack blisters, I showed you the other day, the Poor Me. Now, we all know that every time we get a new set like Obsidian Flames, you get yourself 2 3-pack blisters with different promos here. Nice and simple. We know that we're getting Eevee and we know that we're getting Houndstone. Jobs are good 'un. And we also know that we get ourselves 2 1-pack blisters. And here we know we're getting Poor Me, which was the Korokoro promo. We still don't know what the second one is. We have no idea what the second one is. It is weird that we don't know what the second one is. I wish I had a better answer for you, frankly, ladies and gentlemen. We don't know what it is, and it's a little bit weird, but I'm sure we'll figure it out eventually. But it's going to be a brand new card, or an alternate art, or it's going to be in some way, shape, or form an exclusive card. The, as I like to call them, proper one-pack blisters always are. But then we get the other one-pack blisters. The ones that I don't recommend, and in fact I actively unrecommend quite highly. They have been revealed, and they feature Kingambit and Annihilape. I will say, thematically here, I really adore they've gone for these 2 evolution lines, because what we've got are essentially 2 Pokemon that have been stage 1s for a very, very long time, and got new stage 2 evolutions in Scarlet and Violet. From a thematic standpoint, I love that they've gone for these 2. I think that's lovely, and I really enjoy what they've done. And here's the thing, right, we'll talk about them more in a minute, but the Annihilape especially, I actually kind of like as a card. It's a cool card. But I've made this point before, and I'm going to make it again. There is nothing special about these. These are not good products. They are a pack of Paldea Evolved, which is exactly like any other pack you would go and buy, and then the evolution line of Annihilape or Kingambit. But there's no alternate art, there's no stamp, there's no promo number, there's no other foil. As soon as you open these products, you get yourself a pack of Paldea Evolved, and then 3 cards that are worth like nothing that you could have just pulled from packs of Scarlet and Violet. And that's it. That's literally all you've got. Oh, I keep saying, but they're packs of Obsidian Flame. Obviously, they're packs of Obsidian Flame. My apologies. It's awkward because Paldea Evolved is just out, and I'm covering the release of Paldea Evolved. But Obsidian Flames have just been revealed, so I'm kind of simultaneously looking at the reveal of Obsidian Flames plus the release of Paldea Evolved. So if I ever do make the mistake, please forgive me. I know what I'm talking about. It's just a slip of the tongue. But the point is, these products are nothing special. And they're not cheap enough to make it worth it. As I've said before, if you really want the evolution line, this is fine. And if you really want to keep them for a sealed collection, again, they're fine. But as far as I'm concerned, outside of those 2 situations, you're better off spending your Obsidian Flames budget elsewhere. Now, in terms of the cards, I do really like Annihilape. It's just a stage 2. Single energy, 70 damage for each prize card your opponent's taken. They've taken 4 prizes, you get 280, that's everything V-Star and below. They've taken 5 prizes, you hit 350, that's literally everything. For a single energy, it's a great attack. But it's a stage 2 Pokemon, and it's probably not going to see play for that reason. Certainly hasn't up till now. Kingambit, again, has got a really interesting ability, Leadership, that says your basic Pokemon's attacks do 30 more to your opponent's active Pokemon, and there's nothing to say that you can't apply more than 1 of them at a time, so you absolutely can get 4 of these out and all your basics doing an extra 120 damage. What's the downside? Yeah, the downside is you're going to get 4 stage 2s out. That's the downside. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. But hey, except for that 1 random 1-pack blister, and I have no idea where it is, we now do have the product lineup for Obsidian Flames. Although, I'm going to put this out there because this is weird to me. Where is that last one-pack blister? It's just weird at this point. Yes, I suppose technically they could only do one, but it's been a very long time where they've been doing two. It would make no real sense to drop it down to one now. I don't really understand it. But we do have a whole new Charizard line of products. And look, I'm going to be honest with you. I say a whole new line. We've got 2 new Charizard products, all right? But they're actually, no, wait, 3. 3 new Charizard products. 2 are very similar. And I'm going to be honest with you, these are actually pretty cool. They are Ultra Pro products, but as far as they go, and you know, like, I'm not always particularly enthusiastic about Ultra Pro products. The reason is very simple. I am very honest with you guys on this channel. No, not everybody always believes that, but I am. If I really like a product or a set or a card, I'm going to tell you. And if I really don't like a product or a set or a card, I'm going to tell you. Although I don't think I've yet found a set I don't really like, honestly. But I will say, Ultra Pro products, a lot of the time, they're not for me. They're not ones I'm a fan of. They're generally just not particularly good products, and I don't really like them. Because they're not really for me, honestly. And they're used with the generic stock artwork, and they're just not particularly for me, alright? Well, they've got these products, and these are about the best they do. Take a look at the Charizard binder. It's faux leather. And it's got Charizard on, although again, we're talking the stock Kentagamori artwork of Charizard. But as we know at this stage, that is, we don't know this, but from everything we've seen, we can safely deduce that there must be a contract between Ultra Pro and Pokemon that says they're only allowed to use the stock artwork. Because they always just use the stock artwork. But you've got a red binder and it's got Charizard on, and that's kind of etched in. And then you've got the silhouette of Charizard looming bigger up behind it, and as far as it goes, this actually looks really cool. And if you want to know about the kind of quality in all of this, we have seen this before. There was an Arceus line that was released not that long ago that was basically exactly the same. Faux leather binder with the stock Kentagamori Arceus artwork, and then a silhouette looming larger behind it. It's the same thing, but now it's got a Charizard on it. And it's got a Charizard on it, so people are going to go crazy for it. People are going to love it, because people love Charizard. It's as simple as that. Now, just like the Arceus line before, there are actually 2 different sizes of Charizard binders. We've got a 9 pocket, and we've got a 12 pocket. Now, I do not know the MSRP for these. I cannot guarantee the MSRP for them. That is extremely clear. But we did see these, like I say, previously with Arceus. So what we can do, and shout out to lovely Primal Lugia for helping me out with this, we can look at the MSRP of the Arceus products, and hopefully that's going to be roughly the same for Charizard. So the 9 pocket was $36.99. And the 12 pocket was $46.99. For what it's worth, although they're not Ultra Pro, I do have a 12 pocket binder that's my kind of main collection-y binder. I've got a couple to be fair. That's my preference personally. These are the ones that I generally tend to go towards. So yeah, general rule, that's what I tend to like. Oh, the back of the binders is a Pokeball. Alright, there we go. Here's what it looks like open. There, now you've all seen it. You happy? Good. So, look, if you like Charizard, as I know a lot of people do, and you want a fancy big binder, like I'm sure a lot of you do, this is cool. That's it. That's the deal. It is as simple as that. They're nothing particularly special. There's no new artwork on them, but they are fairly high quality binders that feature Charizard and can fit a lot of cards in. If you're going to be going to buy an Ultra Pro binder, this is basically as far as I've seen at least, and I'm happy to be corrected in the comment section, as much as I've seen, I'm happy to say that these are kind of the best that they seem to be doing. And they're alright. Now, just like we saw with Arceus before, there is actually a deck box to go along with them, and what we've got here is a very, very similar kind of thing. We've got what's called an Alco Flip deck box. It is a fairly large deck box, and it's got the same basic kind of design with Charizard and all of that. Now, one of the things I actually really like about these deck boxes are that they open up all the way. I don't know what you call it, the flap or whatever you want to call it, it kind of goes all the way up and over, which means you can open up the deck box entirely, which means that it's actually much easier to go and get your cards out. When you're using this as a deck box at a tournament, etc., it's just easier to get your cards actually out, which, don't sleep on that, that's actually a pretty cool thing. I've got 1 million deck boxes. I buy new deck boxes from Japan way more often than I should because there's just 1 million different designs that I love. So I do not need a deck box like this, and I will not be buying this deck box. It's not for me. But I know there are other people out there who are big Charizard fans who want, big fancy deck boxes. For those kind of people, this is a pretty cool deck box. Perfect? No, not by a long shot. But pretty cool and better than a lot of the stuff that's out there in English? Yes, absolutely. The MSRP is $21.99. Again, I cannot promise that is going to be the price when it comes over here, but it does seem pretty likely now, doesn't it? Right, there we go. That's what you need to know. And now it's over to you guys. What do you think about these one-pack check lane blisters? Do any of you guys out there actually buy these? Is anyone out there loving these? Anyone out there add them to their collection? Or, like I suggest, are they more just kind of there? I'd love to know about that and what you think about these Charizard products. So let me know in the comment section, would you? Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wasi. That's where we talk Pokemon and card games and Pokemon card games, all kinds of fun things. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, all kinds of fun things. And you can get shoutouts on the channel like the lovely James Siapinski, who's been a supporter of ours for a while now and is a very lovely person. So shout out to them for the support and for being a very lovely person. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.